Good Wednesday morning here on the Matty Highland Smitty McQueen Sports Show. Today we're a little early. Hopefully you guys can all catch this whole show at some point. Not like every other day. Why don't we get this started? We'll start with breaking news. What do you got for me?
First thing, in regards to Thursday night games in the NFL, Richard Sherman comes out and he rips the NFL for their Thursday night slate so far this year. I don't know why, based off last week is included, but Raiders-Chiefs is a very good game.
Yeah.
He is calling it, quote-unquote, Poop Fest. It even says it on ESPN, Poop Fest. I agree for the majority of the games. Just like the Jags and Titans. That game was poo-poo.
Titans just went crazy.
Why would you say this the day, 2 days before you play Thursday night?
And the reason why he said it, I understand totally why. He says they flew, obviously they played in Green Bay. They flew back to Seattle. He said, we got home at like 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that on Monday, and then you've got to play again. Congrats, NFL, you did it again. But they've been doing it all season, so I guess we're the last ones to get the middle finger. That is exactly from Richard Sherman. And he later on said that his body will be only 50 to 60% recovered by the time they have to play again. That's very true. The NFL, what they need to do, if they want to do these Thursday night games, and I've said it before, you give the teams that play Thursday night a bye the week before.
Or if they play back-to-back Thursdays.
Yeah.
Just more than 4 days or 3 days rest, technically.
Because
one of those days possibly travel.
You got to think. We saw Andrew Luck on Thanksgiving night. He couldn't play because of a concussion. He was in the concussion protocol. Granted, he didn't pass until the next week. Yes, he probably would have missed Sunday's game since he didn't pass till Monday. But that's where I see where the players are getting upset about this. The NFL, all they care about is making the money. The games haven't even been that good. They really haven't. The last 2 weeks have been close games with the Cowboys, Vikings, Chiefs, Raiders. And then opening night. That was the only other close game we've really had. They need to do away with Thursday night. I understand why the players are upset and ticked off. I don't know. I don't see the NFL doing anything about this, but you could.
Just a suggestion.
Yeah.
I see your point here. I think they should at least keep them because I know they will. They won't do anything. You're right. But Thursday night, what else are we going to do during football season?
Yeah.
The fans are just used to Thursday night games, no matter who plays. If it's a poop fest in Richard Sherman's eyes, it really doesn't matter. Sometimes those are good games to watch. It's prime time. It gets a chance for your team to play at prime time. It's been like this for a while. Teams need to get over the fact that they will have 3 days rest. It happens.
Yes.
At least if you are going to play Thursday, don't play Sunday night.
Monday.
Or Monday. I agree with Kirk Cousins complaining about that, and with Andrew Luck getting a concussion on Sunday night. That happens, but don't just do away with it completely yet. Give it time.
They need to work things out, and do I think the buys would be perfect. They really would, because you give a team, a couple days off, obviously more than what they would be getting, but it makes the players' bodies heal heal up. It gives them time to heal. Quit being so sore, Don't know if that's gonna happen, but hey, I think the big thing the NFL loves about Thursday nights, they get to promote the color rush jerseys. Let's be real. That's the only reason why we have Thursday night games. No, it's not. But it's one of the many reasons that they have Thursday night games. And the color rush jerseys, let's just hope we don't get the Christmas Jets and Bills. That was pretty crazy. Anyway, Matt.
I'm sorry if you were colorblind.
Yeah.
If you were colorblind during that game, like watching that game.
Yeah.
That'd be rough. Next tidbit of breaking news.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just breaking news, but it's something. Do you feel like someone's trying to gain the OKC fans back? Because
who is this person?
I don't know. He made this like move in the off season to go west, to join up with a powerhouse, Kevin Durant, obviously. Kevin Durant donated $57,000 to OKC homeless school. Do you think he's trying to get OKC fans back on his good side? And will it help?
That's a big chunk of change for us people. For him, that it's showing that he is a good guy outside of like playing.
Yeah.
Like off the court, he's donating money. That is awesome. And yes, it's showing that he's trying to be back, trying to get those fans to love him again, or even just not burn his photos anymore or jerseys anymore. It's a good thing. I like seeing this with professional athletes.
Yeah.
They go out in the community, no matter where it is, no matter if it's, in his case, in California, in freaking Mexico, in England. Yes, it's in OKC, but that's where he grew up. I mean,
yeah.
And he went to college in Texas, so he's from
the southern part of the Midwest, obviously. I think it's a cool cause that he's doing, but I hope it's not just to gain fans back. That's not how you.
I don't
go
think that's
about
his
that.
motive.
I don't either.
It has that perception.
Yeah.
With NBA fans, but
yeah,
the guy's Durant is.
He's a class act.
Giving
really
us
is.
faith in humanity once again. So.
Yeah, not much really. I don't see anything to do with he's trying to gain OKC fans back. I mean, he could have done this somewhere else. I mean, it's not like, but he's probably helped. You know, you got the NBA Cares Foundation, all of that good stuff. He's probably been with some of these people who are homeless.
Yeah.
Matt, early this morning, 50 minutes into our day, Oakland City Council approves opening negotiations on a $1.3 billion stadium for the Raiders. Is this a huge thing?
I like it. It gets them out of that OCO trash baseball stadium to possibly have their own football stadium. And I've seen many complaints about the dirt in OCO.
Yeah.
And I agree. They need to make it just a straight up football stadium.
Agree.
And have them separated. That is, if you hit your head on that dirt, it's just like the Colts stadium. It's rough on the ground, so you could be getting concussed or getting injured, or what if you're hitting loose dirt, you tear ACL, whatever. It's meant to be a baseball stadium. They need to build this. I like the progress.
Yeah.
And
it's good for the city of Oakland.
Keeps them in Oakland.
Yeah. You would like to think. Great news to hear if you're an Oakland fan, season ticket holder, any of that. So, definitely a great thing. You got our Knicks bit of info.
Dan Quinn, we'll stay in the NFL. Dan Quinn for the Atlanta Falcons, the head coach. He has an updated injury report with the concern of Julio Jones. It is now, it's a sprain. I'm pretty sure it's a foot or even just lower leg, and it's not classified as turf toe anymore. Just clarification. I think that's better than turf toe. I've not had I've had a sprained ankle, but I've not
Turf
had
toes. I mean, it hurts. Yeah.
I'm sure it does. So let's hope he gets better. Regardless of how you classify it.
Yeah, I hope this isn't a big issue for the Falcons. Keep him out this week. You know, we were talking yesterday about they got the Niners. Keep him out. You're not going to need him against the Niners. If you do, then you don't deserve a playoff spot. You gotta rest him up. Get him rested up for I believe they have the Panthers and then the Saints to finish. Get him rested up for those games. Maybe it's the Bucks. I don't remember.
Fully healthy for
for that run.
For the postseason run.
Yeah. So, anyway, this is an injury to keep an eye on. But if I'm the Falcons and I'm the head coach, don't suit. You could suit him up this week, and if you desperately need him and he's okay with playing, then you could use that option. Hey, at least he's suited up in case we need him.
There's still 3 days of practice this week, and we'll get a better
training. Yeah, you got all kinds of. You got the training and stuff like that. Athletic training he's going to go through, all the rehab, all that. Matt reliever. I don't even know. You were the one that brought this up. Why don't you just...
Koji Uehara, former Red Sox pitcher, a winner of the 2013 World Series, has signed and agreed to a 1-year, $6 million deal with the current world champion Chicago Cubs. That just assuming he is healthy, assuming he is still in his prime, I don't know. I haven't seen him pitch. I'm strictly Royals. But assuming he's all that, this is a good fit for him. They can keep just getting that starting pitching, solidifying it. And that starting pitching is spectacular as it is. And if he's on their level of championshipness, just the elite starting pitching, whoa. He could probably start out as a middle reliever with all the weapons they have there, but...
Well, and we're going to keep it in the MLB. This just broke news right now. The White Sox signed ex-Ranger starting pitcher Derek Holland to a 1-year deal. He's had 35 starts in the last 3 seasons due to injuries. So definitely, if he can stay away from an injury, that's not a bad veteran move for the White Sox. Especially when you got a bunch of young guys who are trying to come up.
Just shipped off Chris Sale.
Yeah.
This helps.
So it helps. And now it almost makes you wonder if they're going to keep Jose Quintana, Abreu. There's been rumors on those. So a decent move for the White Sox. Hopefully Holland can stay healthy.
Yeah.
Keep it in the MLB, Matt. I'll let you go ahead.
The MLB, as their franchise, and the Players Union have ratified the new CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, that will hold until at least 2021, so making it official, that it's in place for the next 5 years and at least. And I still need to read up on this, even more, go in depth. But we will see. We'll be seeing some changes starting next year.
And one of the big ones is the All-Star game. We've already talked about that. Yes. So definitely we need to do our research on this. Big baseball fans here with both of us. So, we'll look ahead to that. Pittsburgh. The college, the Pittsburgh, what are they? They're the Panthers. Yes, that's what I thought. Their offensive coordinator, Matt Canada, has now became the new LSU O coordinator as he was hired earlier this morning. Good move. Pittsburgh had a great year this year. Their offense was flowing. I think they went 10-3 or something. 10-2.
Yeah.
So, this is a big hire for LSU, especially with Les Miles being gone, and not a bad hire. So something to look for in the next year if you're an LSU Tiger fan. The offense just gained a pretty good offensive coordinator. So,
yep. Our last bit of breaking news for now: Adrian Peterson is going to practice today. He is practicing with the Vikings, and he is in the light of hoping to play in 2 weeks or a week and a half now as they take on the Green Bay Packers. The Christmas Eve, Saturday the 24th. He's still recovering from meniscus surgery, torn meniscus, knee problem. Hopefully he's better. He is still one of the great running backs of our generation, so I would love to see him play.
Pretty good.
Especially since he doesn't play against the Chiefs. So. He's a great player.
Yeah.
He has been for a while. I think even though he is, I believe, 30, 31, or 32, he's still going to progress. He's still in his prime. I don't see,
in a way,
him falling off the earth.
Yeah, there's talks. Yeah, obviously he wants to play Week 16. I have seen him come out and say, if we are out of playoff contention, I will not return this year.
There's no sense in doing that.
In a way, I know AP. He's a competitor. He wants to be out on that football field all the time. My thing with that, I really wish Adrian Peterson would just take the year off, come back, and just be ready to go next year, because
full head of steam.
You're going to have a good Vikings team when everyone is healthy, as long as they keep everyone. Obviously, I don't know what their contract and all that the scenarios are with their team, but this is a very good team, especially on the defensive end. And then without your top offensive players in AP and then the offensive linemen they've lost, this could be a dangerous team next year. Hopefully AP gets a fully healthy offseason and gets to work hard and just get better, because AP is not going to go out like this. He's going to want to have 1 or 2 more great seasons before he even considers being a guy who's going to retire. So, definitely, I would really hope AP would just take the year off, especially if they lose this week, because I hate to say it, the Lions and Packers, they're the favorites right now.
They control that division.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Matt, usually we do this on Thursday. Obviously, we had to switch our schedule around once again. Tomorrow night, our fan night, usually Wednesday, will be switched to fan night Thursday. But so we're going to take our time right now and get back to the drawing board on our NHL slap shot power rankings. And then we're going to also do our NBA throwdown Wednesday, usually Thursday. But yes, we were going to do those for you and just talk a little about the NHL. That's what we'll start with, Matt. Why don't you just break us with your power rankings? It's been a while since we've had NHL power rankings. There's been a lot of changes in the conferences, division, playoff scenarios. We are 51 games or 31 games in so far, around that on average for every team. 51 to go, so it's starting to pick up. Drop us with your rankings.
With football season nearing its end here, and college football basically over except for bowl games and the playoffs. Well, we've got hockey now, and my rankings, I basically just looking at stats-wise and standings-wise and seeing how, points-wise with hockey, something that's really different. My number one team is going to be the Chicago Blackhawks. I hate to say it. As just some people who don't like them. Blackhawks are 1. Number 2 is, they stayed the same from previous, Montreal Canadiens. They are good. They are great. They defeated the Avalanche, was it last night? 2 nights ago?
It was earlier this
10-1 in hockey. That is impressive to score more than just 4. 10-1. That's
Avalanche
ouch for the Avs.
Avalanche, biggest disappointment this year.
3 would have to go to the Penguins, who have actually won 9 straight. Wow. That's very good with Sid the Kid. Number 4, I should say, New York Rangers. They are my favorite to win the Stanley Cup because I want someone else besides the Blackhawks.
Yep.
New York Rangers. And then 5, to round out my top 5, the Columbus Blue Jackets. They have impressed a little bit. I honestly don't remember hearing about them as a hockey team. I don't pay that much attention to hockey like I do football. But when I do, I haven't heard about the Blackhawks in a few years. Or Blackhawks. Blue Jackets.
Blue Jackets.
Correction, Blue Jackets. They're coming along strong here. And then after them, the Caps with Ovechkin. After that, Philadelphia Flyers, who have won 7 in a row, I believe.
Yep.
They're coming up. Both Pennsylvania teams are coming up. To finish out my top 10 of power rankings, the Minnesota Wild, St. Louis Blues, and the San Jose Sharks at number 10. I just have them in there. They're coming to life here consistently, being in the middle of the pack. And the whole U.S., Canada.
Yeah. I've got the Blackhawks at 1. This team's always in it. You got Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, Corey Crawford in goalkeep. I mean, it's a solid lineup. Yes, in some people's power rankings, they're not number 1, but they've got the most points.
Consistently.
Yeah, and they're always there. Definitely, they went 1-1 with the Rangers, beat them last night after losing the night before. So, yeah, I've got the Blackhawks at 1. I got the Penguins right at 2. 7 straight wins, that's impressive.
Yeah.
And
4 in a week.
Yeah. They're going to face some teams, the Bruins, the Kings, and the Rangers this week. Those are decent teams. Then I got the Canadians. Canadians obviously are having a great year compared to last year. And yes, that win against the Avalanche was just crazy. As an Avs fan, it was brutal when you see the score. How can you give up 10 goals? Avalanche have some serious problems. I hate to say it. Canadians are there though. The Canadians are a team. They are everyone's sleeper right now. I mean, going into the year, no one thought, the Canadians can be up there. Well, right now they're tied with the most points in the NHL with the Blackhawks. And then you got the Rangers. And the Rangers, obviously, big week last week. They only lost to the Blackhawks last night. They've got some decent games coming up. They should win. Their toughest game for this next week is the Penguins, and they should be able to do that. And so I got them. Then I've got the Capitals, Alex Ovechkin. I mean, I don't need to say anymore. He's great. He's phenomenal. They've won 5 straight. They deserve to be up there. And then lastly, I've got the Blue Jackets. I guess that's not my last. That's 6 is the Blue Jackets. They don't slip in the top 5 just because the Capitals have won 5 straight. But they are right there. They are knocking on the door. This is another sleeper, I think, for everyone. No one saw this coming. They are on fire. Watch out. They have an easy schedule this week. 2 easy ones, 2 hard ones. So, if they can go 3-1, that's ridiculously good. They need to be considered as a favorite moving forward. And then the most surprising team, Matt, is the Philadelphia Flyers.
I agree.
9 straight wins. Yes, granted, Florida Panthers, Edmonton Oilers, Dallas Stars, and at the Red Wings. Those are their 4 wins. Their last 4, not a very good quality type of wins.
Yeah. But wins are hard to come by in an 82-game schedule, and
on ice too.
I have to give them so much credit for just being able to skate. And watching you play the video game, skate backwards and with a hockey stick and a hockey puck. Oh my goodness, those guys have some. I just. Yeah. It's impressive. I think. I can't say that on air. So.
And then you got the Wild, Blues, and the Sharks to close it out. Matt, what team is your key winner from this week?
The Flyers. 9 straight victory, or 9 straight 4-0 week. We may see them. This week will determine if they are for real. Yes, the hockey teams that did play last week, not so great. But if they can keep continuing to build, especially against, I know they got the Avalanche and the Stars, but the Predators and Capitals. Capitals are a great team with one of the best players in the country, or in the league. So if they can continue to build, possibly get 13 straight victories, you might see them in my top 3 next week, assuming someone falls. What team had the worst week this week, in my opinion, is Avalanche. They are just not so hot, and I feel bad for all the Avs fans.
It's brutal.
But when you are the worst team in the NHL, it hurts. And
this is a team who has great guys on their team, too. That is a scary thing.
The talent.
Yeah, they have got the talent. They'll even get ahead 3-0, and then next thing you know, lose 5-3. I mean, it's crazy. My biggest winner from this week is the Blue Jackets. 7 straight wins, a team that you haven't heard much from in the NHL very long. Flyers, obviously, that's a great run. The only reason I did not put them up there is because of the teams they have played lately. Yeah. And the Blue Jackets, hey, let's give them some love. Columbus Blue Jackets, congrats. You're my biggest winners of the week.
Another Ohio's.
Yeah. So. Worst winner, or the worst losers of the week, I guess we could say. It's got to be the Avs. And then also Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay Lightning went 1-3 this past week. They've lost 7 of the last 8. That's bad.
It's almost, that logic is the same as the Minnesota Vikings in football.
Yep.
Started out hot and then just straight fell down and came back to earth, and now they are even close to the Avalanche. So.
Yeah, Matt, who is your most concerned?
Pun intended.
What? Yeah, I mean, it's just frustrating seeing the Avs.
Yeah.
At least the Blackhawks are doing it. What team are you most concerned about?
There's 2, one from each conference here. In the Eastern Conference, it is the New York Islanders. They have the least amount of points in the East, and if they don't get anywhere soon, get anything going for them, any momentum building for this midseason push, I don't see them contending whatsoever. In the West, I have to say the Avalanche. Their season may be over unless all of a sudden they can win 51 in a row. I don't see that ever happening.
It's over.
It's even roughly 31 games into the season. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry, Avalanche. Your name is just it's happening. It's appropriate for this.
You're having an Avalanche kind of season, pretty much. I mean, it's just bad. Eastern Conference, I've got the Lightning. This is a team who has been in the finals before in the last few years.
Last year.
Yeah.
And in 07.
Last year was the Penguins that won it.
Oh, that's right.
But the year before, yes, they were in that. Lightning, they better get on a hurt. Like, they need to get on a move if they want to get into the postseason. And then in the Western Conference, it's the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars last year made the postseason, and it's showing that they're not going to maybe do that this year. So it might have been a one-hit wonder.
They are not the Stars.
Nope.
They were last year. Not anymore.
Yep. That's my my NHL things. I don't have any more. Do you, Matt?
We'll move on to the NBA Throwdown Wednesday Power Rankings with Brandon. I went first on hockey, so you get to go first on NBA. Who are your top 10 teams in the NBA right now?
Number 10. I'm going to do it backwards. Charlotte Hornets. 14-11 on the year. Started out really strong, hot. Kind of finally hit that where everyone thought, okay, this team's back to reality. I mean, it's back to what we all expected. Then I've got the Knicks at number 9, 14-11 as well. We'll see. They've got a tough test, and the Warriors, Knicks, and then the Nuggets in Denver, and then they come back home. So we'll see how that goes. I got the Grizzlies, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Sorry, I was looking ahead. Oklahoma City Thunder at 8. Russell Westbrook, obviously, he's doing Russell Westbrook things. Triple-double after triple-double.
Yes.
Followed by then at 7, the Memphis Grizzlies, 17-9. They just thrashed the Warriors the other night. They didn't just barely beat them. They thrashed them.
Without Mike Conley. That's awesome.
Yep. And I think that's where you're going to see those teams that match up with the Warriors. That's where the Warriors are going to struggle, is the depth and the height. Big men.
If the other teams get anything from this matchup, if they learn, if they watch the film here, and you will see this throughout the rest of the year. This is how the other teams will match up with the Warriors, and they should take advantage of it.
Yes, and they're playing a back-to-back against the Cavs. They just played in Cleveland, I believe, and now they're they're at Memphis tonight. Cavs have already announced the big three, as in Kevin Love and Kyrie, and then
They
obviously
sat last night.
Oh, LeBron. Yeah, LeBron James. He's just kind of a big name. Yeah. So
LeBron James.
yeah. So anyway, Grizzlies are a team. You've got Marc Gasol and you got Zach Randolph.
Wow.
Those two bigs. That is where the Warriors are going to struggle. Yes, it was one game. I understand that. It's not a series. But that is definitely a team that, if I'm a Warriors fan, I do not want to have to face in the postseason, just because of the height down low. Then I've got the Clippers at number 6. Clippers have struggled. They're 18-7. You know, they started off really hot. They're not so hot right now. So I got them at 6. Number 5 might be the hottest team in the NBA. Houston Rockets. Winners of 7 straight. They're James Harden. He's right up there with Russell Westbrook. However, James Harden needs to get more consistent on a triple-double basis. But the Rockets are up there. They're number 5. I got the Raptors at 4, 17-7 on the year. And then I got the Cavs at 3, at 18-5. They did win. They've won 4 straight. At the Knicks, that was a big win. And then obviously the Grizzlies, they play the Grizzlies again tonight. Then I got the San Antonio Spurs at 2.
Biased.
Yeah.
Yes,
San
I wanted you
Antonio,
all to hear that.
19-5. Only lost 1 road game this year. Just came with their last loss to the Bulls.
4 home losses, though.
Yes, not playing good at home. Then I've got the Golden State Warriors, 22-4. They're playing good. They really are. They got the Knicks and then Blazers. Those are 2 tough games. It'll be interesting to see how they do. I think they'll be, because Porzingis, we've seen him.
Wow. He is an up and coming star, and
Yep.
wow, that's all I can say. Next, look for them maybe to come together as a team sooner or later.
Why don't you give us your
I agree with
dose of your
the
NBA ring?
top team, Golden State Warriors. They're still there, just as that team, at least the starting 5 on paper. Number 2, though, I have to go the Cavaliers, defending champs. They went 4-0 last week. Last night they did not have the big 3 play, any of them, and they still beat the Grizzlies.
Yep.
Even with the Grizzlies' depth, that is awesome for the Cavs to know that you can do that against a top-notch team as the Grizzlies. 3, I do have your Spurs. I'm not biased. I do not like much NBA teams, many NBA teams. 4, Toronto Raptors. DeMar DeRozan is electric up in Canada, especially at home. 5, James Harden and the Rockets. They are good with him on the floor. That plus minus efficiency is very big time positive. Number 6, Memphis Grizzlies. They're still the top 10, even without Mike Conley. They did beat the Warriors. They beat the Warriors big time. That was a quality win for them.
Huge one.
Especially in the Western Conference. Speaking of the Western Conference, the next 3 are from there. LA Clippers, who have come down to earth finally.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City Thunder. Russell Westbrook by himself is that team. It is crazy. When he comes off, if he ever comes off the floor, they are doomed. And it's the truth. When you get a triple-double all the time, basically every game, and you come off the floor, where did the points come from? That's one thing that may end up haunting them.
I agree.
Coming into the second half of the season, coming up in a month or 2. Utah Jazz, I like those guys. You don't hear about them. You have not heard about them since John Stockton days.
Karl
Malone. Now they're coming back up, including this other team from the Eastern Conference, though, who lost a point guard but gained a great shooting guard in Dwayne Wade. He played very good. That's him. That's my top 10 in the NBA. I'll be focusing more on the NBA eventually because football season will be over.
I will focus on...
All honesty right there.
A week from Friday is when I will be really focused on the league. Obviously, many of you know, December 23rd, I will be covering the Spurs and Blazers game in Portland.
We'll do a live show then.
Friday, yes, we will. Before I head out to the game, we will have a show. Obviously, Matt will be joining via the phone, but we will have that show for you. We'll talk a little about the matchup. Yeah.
So now we move on from NBA to college ranks in basketball. We have some key college basketball matchups this coming weekend.
That features all top 25 teams.
Yes.
Well, not all, at least top 25 matchups.
And predominant teams. A&M travels to Arizona. Number 19, Arizona. Both have only 2 losses. Yes, it's still early in the year, but the 2 losses kind of hurt a little. You also have number 21 Notre Dame traveling to number 15 Purdue.
Yeah.
18 Butler, who is 9-1, go to Indiana, who's ranked number 9 in the country after beating KU, yes, losing to Fort Wayne, IPFW.
And then beating who was it?
Their lone loss, and North Carolina. Speaking of North Carolina, they're number 7 right now, 10-1. They take on number 6 Kentucky, 9-1. Possibly, actually, it is the matchup of the weekend.
Yeah.
Blue Bloods, the storied history between these 2 programs. Wow. If they don't play during the KU game, I might be watching that.
It's an afternoon game. I do know that. It's like a 3:30, 3:40 tip. This could be a possible Final Four matchup, a national championship matchup. I love how you are seeing every year these top-ranked schools going at it in non-conference. Yes. They don't care, unlike football, where you're just trying to go undefeated. This is awesome. Yes, there's more games. I understand that. But this gets you ready for conference. It gets you ready for tournament time. I love it. This is the game of the week by far. One of the best games of the year, I'd say. We might
on
be
paper,
watching.
on paper at least, based off the history.
And I would not be surprised if it doesn't live up to it. Kentucky, very fortunate though. They get North Carolina at home, and then they get KU at home, which is our last game of the weekend. Davidson 5-3. They don't have Steph Curry, so you can be happy on that, KU fans. Steph Curry is not there to light you up.
Thank goodness.
Then obviously in Lawrence against the number 3 Kansas Jayhawks.
Who Bill Self has more Big 12 championship titles than home losses as a coach for KU.
Very true.
And if that's not impressive, then I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Really, I don't. That wraps up our college basketball portion of this. We have a ESPN Bowl Pick'em
Yes.
group. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Last night, early this morning, we created an MHSM sports show. It's all spaces after the MHSM, the space show. The link is listed in the comments. We've got it shared on my page, I know, my Facebook page.
I have shared.
His, and then also our Facebook page.
Yes.
It's on Twitter. All you have to do, click the link. If you have an ESPN username, log in, join it, make your bold picks. You got till, I believe, noon Saturday Central Time. It might be 1, I forget. Just get them done before Saturday, by noon, before Saturday at noon. And, hey, now's your shot.
That's Saturday.
To prove to us you are better at picking bowl games, college games, whatever. Obviously, you're probably better than Matt picking them. He struggled this year.
Ouch.
Hey, it's a new year, though.
I'm beating you in NFL.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's all that matters.
check out that. Make sure you join. We want to see someone, be able to beat us.
Please. I know you can beat me, but
Yeah.
this guy's pretty good in Western Kansas, at least.
So, anyway, yes. Please fill that out. Do it. It's going to be fun. We'll give you guys a shout out, whoever wins.
Or even
Might even get you into the
five.
show.
Yeah.
Might even get you into the show.
into our studio here.
You can be our first special guest. I think that's what we should do. Whoever wins the College Bowl pick'em,
Sweepstakes.
yep, gets in to the show. You can be joining us live
Right here.
on the Matty Highland Smitty McQueen Sports
Maybe
Show.
on a Friday where he's not here.
That works. There you go. Now, as we look ahead to Fan Night Thursday, we'll have our breaking news, obviously, hot topics. Thursday night football preview. And
Rams
then
take on the Seahawks.
And then also we will end it with our Fan Night Thursday. You guys call in at 6 p.m. That's when we'll do the show. 6 p.m. We'll post the phone lines for you, or the numbers to get into the show. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time tomorrow night.
We could talk about anything sports-wise, MVP race, playoff race for NFL, NBA stuff, bowl ranking, or college football bowl previews. We could talk about hockey. We could talk about shooting sports. We could talk about golf. We could talk about anything. Anything sports. Anything you would like to bring up.
You bring it to the show.
Please bring it up. Please call us. We will definitely have those numbers for you tomorrow. They'll be pinned in our comments. We will have it in our...
we'll have a picture online.
in our graphic
all
tomorrow.
the info.
Please call in. We love talking to all the fans, and it's appreciative.
And make sure to get out there and share our videos as well. Any video you share, it's awesome. Gets the word out to other people. And we got some great news to bring you at the beginning of the year with this show. So
stay tuned for that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Stay tuned for that. Still working on some things. And then, Matt, this is probably our last Fan Night Thursday, or fan night till 2017, as we won't be together to do the show.
He's leaving me.
Yeah. So, anyway, make sure tomorrow night is your last chance to get in for 2016, so make sure and give us a call.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at MHSM Sports Show. Look up our Facebook page at Matty Highland Smitty McQueen Sports Show. We have our YouTube page up at MHSM Sports Show. Go follow us, subscribe. We've got videos up. We will post more.
I'll get more this next week.
Yes,
I will be doing
He's
that.
very good at that.
Trying to update it.
From
Smitty McQueen
and Matty Highland, we hope you enjoy your Wednesday night. We will with Fort Hays State basketball. Have a good night.